Combat Zone Wrestling. Now, I've been watching CZW for some time. I don't follow it like month to month, but I do watch like some of their bigger shows. Best of the Best, Tournament of Death, Cage of Death, those being pretty much the main ones. I watched today Tournament of Death 2009, and I think I just witnessed the most violent professional wrestling match I've ever seen in my entire life. It's between a guy named Thumbtak Jack and DJ Hyde, and apparently, the show was actually held at DJ Hyde's house. It was so utterly violent that it was like one of those things. Like, it was weird. Like, have you ever seen those videos on YouTube where people like show somebody a shocking video, like the two girls in the cup thing, or the guy in the horse, or you know, and there's other pain Olympics and all that kind of shit. I haven't seen all that shit. I think I watched begrudgingly the girls in the cup and the guy with the horse, which I don't know. I found that humorous, to be honest, but it was one of those things where I felt like I should show this to somebody, record them watching it, and just watch their reactions, because I was like, oh, ugh, really? Oh no, don't do that. Oh God. Ah. Okay, so it starts off as your standard deathmatch kind of CZW schmoz, right? There's cinder blocks set up in the ring. There's actually two security guards, and they're holding the cinder blocks up, because if they're not there to hold them, they'll fall over. But in between the two rows of blocks, there's light tubes. Okay? And then the other side of the ring, there's like, I can't remember if it was, there was a piece of glass, like a pane of glass, and then down in the ring, on the ring in the corner somewhere, there was a whole bunch of cinder blocks set up just like on the floor, right? And then other random shit just laying around. Sure enough, it gets pretty crazy. First thing I think happened was this Thumbtack guy threw a light tube at DJ Hyde, and he caught it, and then this Thumbtack guy Polish hammered him in the face with his arms, right? Busted this thing over, and you're like, but that's nothing compared to what goes on. Anyway, so they eventually, DJ Hyde power slams this Jack guy through these cinder blocks with the lighting things on them, so that the fucking security guys could leave the ring. That was funny. Like, security guys actually in the ring waiting there while the match is going on. Anyway, so yeah, apparently this Thumbtak Jack dude is like a really, really sick motherfucker. Like, we're talking, like, oh God, oh yeah. So it was gnarly. I don't remember exactly what happened. It's kind of a blur for me because it was so violent and utterly like stupid almost. Because you got to be pretty dumb to do that stuff. I admire their tenacity or their toughness or whatever, but you do have to question the mental capacity of the kind of people that take part in these matches. Anyway, it gets so brutal. Eventually, after they're fighting, there's glass all over the fucking ring, right? They're dragging each other, and you see like a fucking trail of blood from where they're being dragged, and all this shit. And then this Jack guy, he decides he's gonna pull out some fucking needles. And when I say needles, I mean syringes. Like, you go to the fucking doctors, you need a shot. Ow, that kind of syringe. So he starts jabbing him. He jabs the syringe in fucking DJ Hyde's arm and squirts out, and he does it with another one on the other side, and they're fighting more, and then DJ Hyde gets this Jack guy, and he takes a syringe and he sticks it in his mouth, like, and he goes, jabs it right through his cheek. You see it go in one side, come out the other, and then fucking squirt out water, and it's like, oh god, that was fucking gross. It was gross, man. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, so he does that with one needle, and then he takes another one and through the other side, right? And he's squirting them out and showing the people, and they're like, and everybody's like, oh, and I'm at home going, oh god. And then fucking dude gives him a stunner. Stone Cold Steve Austin, man. Like, stunner. And I'm like, oh my god. Oh, fuck, dude. Needles come out anyway. That was just fucking gross. I don't know how it relates to pro wrestling, but apparently. Anyway, so the match continues, and they set up a chair. This Jack guy sets up a chair in the ring, and then he sets up another chair, lays the piece of glass I was talking about earlier. He lays that in the ring. Then he goes back to his bag full of medical goodies. Pulls out more syringes. This time they've got like a blue liquid in them, and he squirts them all over the fucking glass there, because it's like a glass table, because it's like there, and then the chairs are holding it up, right? And so, yeah, he squirts it on there, lights that off fire. DJ Hyde is up sitting on the turnbuckle, for fucking 45 seconds to a minute, right? Just waiting for him to set up this spot. Then he lights the fucking thing on fire. Oh no, it wasn't held up by chairs either. It was cinder blocks. Yeah, it was cinder blocks holding up the fucking glass. So this Jack guy, he climbs up like he's gonna give Hyde a Kern Kunrana off the turnbuckle into the fucking glass with the fire on it. And so, fuck, dude, buddy, DJ Hyde reverses it, right? Boom! Powerbomb. Right on his fucking head, too. Like, we're talking, this was not like your safe, take a bump, back bump, powerbomb. This was like your fucking neck, head, like, Vader breaks your neck kind of powerbomb, right? Off the turnbuckle, through glass, on fire, and fucking cinder blocks. And it's like, oh my god. So I guess he fell out of the ring or something. DJ Hyde pins him. But he kicks out, right? Oh my god. It gets to be where they're both back in the ring and they're fighting again. And then this tack guy gets DJ Hyde caught in the ropes, like when the Andre the Giant spot where his arms go over and he gets tied in the ropes and he can't move. So tack guy pulls out more needles. These look like they were acupuncture needles, though. Boom! Jabs him in the guy's head. Right? 4 or 5 of them. Then grabs a chair. And I'm like, oh my god, don't hit him with the chair on top of the fucking needles, right? Oh god, that would be horrible. So he goes, and then he just stops and puts down the chair. And you're like, oh, thank fucking god. But now what's he gonna do? He picks up a cinder block. Boom! Over the guy's fucking head with these fucking needles sticking out. Anyway, he pins on 1, 2, 3, that's it. Then we go to the back and there was replays on all this shit, and I'm like, right? Like, I had to watch it the first time. Now do I want to watch these replays? Anyway, I watched the replays because I'm hardcore. I could go on probably for like a long time about this, but we'll call it quits there, and maybe I'll come back after I've watched the whole thing and give you my full review. I've heard that there's some very, very disturbing stuff at the end of this video, of which I have not yet watched. Alright, peace.